That's what she said. We are going to be working on the rear end. Haha. It's like a Posi unit of unknown type quantity. I think came from Quick Performance. But yeah, one of the weakest things on these trucks that you know about, the trucks, SUVs, all of them, is the freaking diff in here. They suck. It's called a G80 locker, and it sounds cool, but it's not. They don't lock for crap, and they also will blow up when you start making power, which is something we don't want to deal with. So we're changing this now. Also, we will be able to do really sweet burnouts, so you can expect a video of that coming soon too. This diff cover is actually so rusty that it's leaking diff fluid, so what the heck?
Was that your sister?
I swear it had to be. Valerie had to put that there like freaking 15 years ago. Wow. You just made a discovery.
It's funny.
For those of you who didn't know, this used to be my dad's. He was the original owner. I rode around on this as a little kid. And it looks like my sister left a present for us from the past. Freaking Princess Kitty Cat. Well, we're trying to get the spare tire out to have better visibility and everything to that, and it doesn't need to be there. It's heavy, you know, weight reduction. And in typical GM truck form, it's being a total mofo. So we haven't even got to start yet, but we're getting there. We will get there. Have you ever cut a wheel with a Sawzall? Can't say I have. I've never witnessed it either.
Many first things when it comes to this.
He was trying to help me do it the right way. He's like, no, this is stupid. It's just, I've gotten it. Oh yeah, there's no teeth on that blade. Okay, now we have
what do I do with this thing?
A donut of a wheel. Yeah, we can just let it lay on the pole there like a hula hoop.
Nice.
There we go.
Wow.
Solution.
Put this in a picture frame.
Yeah, we need to hang that up. We could just leave that dangle there and it'll make all kinds of noise whenever we launch. How to remove your spare tire the stupid way. Now we can finally get to what we were supposed to do in the first place. Lesson learned. Sometimes you got to do work before you can even do the work you're supposed to be working on. So now the spare tire is out and we have room to do stuff, we got to take the panhard bar off to get to the diff. And if we really want to, we could take off the sway bar end links and just kind of like flop it down to get it out of the way too. Actually, I think we're gonna have to do that to get the old, you know, center section out and back in. But I can't remember when I did this on the Escalade. I changed my control arms on a lift. I can't remember if the panhard bar holds any load on it or not. As far as like the dangling goes, I think it's all in the shocks. Everything is up out of the way here. The panhard bar doesn't hold any weight, but the rear end will go over like, I don't know, 1/4 inch once you pull that bolt out. Practice good nut discipline. All back in the same spot so we don't lose them. Also pulled the sway bar end links out. You're gonna need to hold this backside with an adjustable wrench while you buzz this one off and kind of have to manhandle them out of their eyelets. But once you do, the sway bar will just, you know, turn down like that. Take the parking brake cable down, and these clips, you know, you just kind of like push on the top and then pull them and they'll come off. Pull the parking brake cable. We can start getting these off. I think I'm gonna do these by hand gently because they look bad. I wonder if you could poke through this. These diff cover bolts are so bad that a 13mm socket doesn't even grab them. It's pretty sure they're 13mm bolts, so I'm using a 12mm socket and I'm tapping it onto the head with a hammer, because probably the first half of the shoulder is not 13 anymore, but the bottom still is, so it's like tapered. If I just try to do it, it just rounds off. This is the only way you can get them out. So doing them one at a time, very slowly, very carefully, to not have any unnecessary issues having to get these bolts out. And they're not terrible once they start moving, but getting that socket on there, not easy. Here, we'll do this one here. Here's my workbench. This little mount right there. I got a system now. I'm kind of knocking the little pieces off with my fingers before I go in there. See, it's not even feeling it on the socket, so I'm just kind of like lining up. Okay, there's a flat, it'll find its way. And make sure it's the whole way on there and it's not tapped on crooked, because you'll round it off that way too. And you minimize busted knuckles by putting your body weight into stuff and not so much pushing. Like I had it real close to me so I could just lean into it. So when it broke, where am I gonna go? It's all of this. But if I'm out here and I'm pushing on something as hard as I can, when it breaks, there's no body mass behind me to stop me from punching something and ruining my hand. So use your body weight to your advantage, people. Something I've learned when I first started working on cars. I smashed my fingers on stuff all the time because I thought I could just pull on things. Yeah, you would have had a lot of fun picking the rust off here. Look how big that one piece is.
I rubbed on it with that rag, but it didn't get any of it. Yeah. Oops.
Solid. Oh, they're all loose. We can get them out now. You don't have to make sure, like they're already, you know, they're not in any danger of spinning off. If it's stuck, you can thread it back in a little bit and then put the thing on there and wiggle it. Or just beat the heck out of it. I'm just gonna let her figure it out.
Huh?
I said I'm just gonna let you figure it out because I know you're gonna figure it out. And you don't want me to figure it out.
No.
I wonder how much gear lube was actually left in here, because it was actually making puddles in Greg A's driveway when I drove this thing back from Pennsylvania. Don't thread it back in with the gun, thread it back in with your fingers, then put the gun on it. Because you could cross thread it if you don't start it with your fingers. Yeah. Yeah, now you could hit it with the hammer or put that in there and just wiggle it.
Hit it with the hammer?
Yeah, just tap the back of it.
In there?
No, tap it sideways, yeah. Like side to side. Yeah. Okay, now they are all out. We're ready for the gooey part.
Hold on.
Oh, you got a stuck one. Got it. Now these bolts will never get used for anything ever again. They have served their purpose for the rest of their life. You ready to crack this gasket open? See what it looks like in here?
Show it back up.
No, it's not gonna explode.
You.
But oh, turn the fan off. No, not the fan. No, this is terrible. This is terrible. It's blowing gear lube everywhere. Oh my god. Oh man. What the deal is.
Why don't you just pop that motor off?
Here, you want to grab it while I pop it off? Or you want to do it like this?
Just let it ooze first.
Well, the good news is there's a lot more gear lube in here than I thought there would be. I thought there was going to be a lot more missing. So that's good. That bodes well for the gear set. Do you want to do the honors?
What do I want me to do?
Pull the cover off. Two hand. Like, put your fingers on both sides. Yeah, and I'll try this. Yeah, there you go.
Ew, it smells horrible.
That'll go in the intro. That's what she said. But not to me. Well, there it is. Yeah, now once this drains some more and we clean some of this up, we have to remove these caps to get this whole unit out of here, in addition to the axle clips that are in here. Well, now we got this all good and ready and clean. We have to take this little bolt here out to get the kingpin. I don't know, that might be what it's called, might not be. We got to get that out so we can get the axle clips out. Yeah, best I can describe it. That's the next step here, so let's get that out. The little retainer bolt here out. Now this should just slide out. Oh yeah. Yep, this is what keeps the axles from coming in and letting the E-clips fall out. So, or C-clips, whatever.
Why is it called a kingpin?
I don't know if that's actually what it's called.
Oh.
I think it is. but I really don't know.
It'd be funny if you called it a daddy pin.
I don't remember these coming out like this when I did the one on the Escalade, but you know, this isn't even a G80. This is just a straight up open diff. The G80 has like this weird box thing inside it. This is none of that. This is just a bunch of suck. Even more reason to upgrade it. We'll be able to do epic burnouts now.
Cool. They look like crullers. Like the donut.
Yeah. Yeah, see these brass thingies in here?
Yeah.
That's what we gotta take out. We gotta push. We may have to pry this in enough with a pry bar to allow this to come out. I had to do that on the Escalade, which may be fun because yeah, see this, these are what stop the axle from coming out. That's why you hear on old cars they have C-clip eliminators. They eliminate these because if you did not have, if you had drum brakes where the rotor was not held captive by the brake, if you broke an axle, your wheel would come straight off. It's not safe. But with these, if the axle breaks, the rotors can't go anywhere because the brakes hold them on, the brake caliper. Which now come to mind, I think we actually have to take those off anyway to pull the axles out enough to get the housing off. So that'll be a great time to install the EBC pads and rotors that I have waiting for this thing.
Perfect. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Exactly. All right, so we got the brake calipers and rotors pulled off. We'll do the EBC stuff later. Oh, come on, guys. Thought we got all that out of here. Oh no. The floor, the perfectly clean floor.
Well, the rust is fine. I just cleaned all the oily crap off.
We'll use it to absorb the oil.
Is that how that works?
I mean, well, somehow, I forget how I did this. I like pried the axle inward to get this out because right now, you know, not enough movement to get it out. So I have to figure out some way to do that. This turned out to be a lot easier than it was for me the first time I did this on the Escalade. I got this one out just by prying in, and then this will just fall out. It should, if I get the right angle on it. Yep.
Sweet.
So that slides out, and then the axle can pull out from there. I might have to pry it a little bit.
Whoa.
Yep. That's your shaft. Same thing on the other side. Guess you have to pry it a little bit because the actual seal in there will want to hold it. There's some resistance for sure. And once it drops down, we know it's out. We can undo these 4 caps, and this old unit will pull right out.
Sweet.
Pull out game imminent. Worth noting, I don't know if you really need to do this or not, but I labeled driver and passenger side for these caps because if they're anything like engine caps, in my mind, that they're already familiar with this axle housing and where they are, that you want to put them back in the same spot. So, because they have their own tolerance and whatnot. It's not as precise as an engine, but it's still important. So I'm gonna put this over here. Smell my fingers.
Butthole fingers.
Oh, these are butthole fingers. If you don't know the butthole fingers joke, it's from when we were doing the transmission conversion. I stuck my finger in the front drive shaft hole on the transfer case, and it was kind of rusty from like sitting out in the field. And I was like, oh, it's really rough in here. And I put my finger out and it was all brown. The logo was like, ew, you have butthole fingers. So it became a thing after that. It may need some persuasion. Yeah, it's gonna need some persuasion. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. I've done this once before, but I was really fumbling around when I did that. I'm only mildly more equipped to do this now than I was 2 years ago when I did the Escalade. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I just don't know what it is. Feel free to tell me in the comments after the fact though, because by the time you see this video, I will have already figured it out, but you can still make fun of me in the meantime. Make fun of me and help the algorithms. These comments are good. Good job. Now you have butthole fingers. Don't do it. You wiped the butthole on my Uncle Rob's shirt.
I'm gonna wash it.
My Uncle Rob's shirt. Do you see the 69?
I don't know, oops.
Don't tell anyone where it is.
May or may not have zoomed in.
You can get your own Uncle Rob shirt at StaplestonAutoworks.com. Also, the shirt that Logan is wearing, the Dale Earnhardt Pit Crew inspired shirt, the gray one. Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Boom. Check it out. Anyway, I will continue to struggle with this and check back with you in a minute due to the magic of editing. Okay, so I know there's a better way to do this, and I'm gonna ask somebody that I think has done this more than me. Watch and learn. Eric.
I think he's helping Ashton.
I need help, Eric. Eric. Dad. Once you take the cats off the diff, how do you get it unstuck from the rear end? From where though?
Pry the whole carrier in.
The whole right up?
Yeah, the whole carrier.
Here, you want to use
So
this?
when it comes out, it has
I didn't want to break it. I don't remember doing this on the Escalade. I think it came apart easier. Yeah, where'd you pry it?
way now.
Oh, I didn't know those came out like that, see? Learned
The more
something
you
new.
know.
The more you know, yes. We've now successfully distracted everybody.
Spider gears.
I don't want to mess up the gears because I need to reuse the gears.
You won't mess them up. You need a bigger pipe wire. This thing's too short.
Yeah, I think it was just like flexing too much.
Yeah.
So what did you just do? You put it through the middle?
Through the middle of the carrier. And then hit the bottom of the carrier out. And it'll come right in.
That's how you do it, guys.
And don't do that.
Oh my god, I needed to reuse those.
They're fine.
Oh no.
Thank you, Ashton.
Oh no.
Two shims in there.
Where did they go? That's the part of this I don't know how to do, like setting backlash and all that.
I don't know if I'll do it. We'll check it.
Okay. Well, here's what you got going on here now. You have this big chasm and the magic ice cream cone in here that makes everything go zoom.
It's a gaping hole.
That's what she said.
Smells really bad.
Yeah, it does.
This is not that bad.
Well, I guess I gotta go to Summit tomorrow and get some bearings. I need a new rear cover because that one's all rusted to crap.
And then fluids.
New fluids. Need to get a clamp for the exhaust so I can connect the exhaust to the old exhaust.
So you're gonna finish welding your downpipe?
Yeah. Finish all the downpipe and put a flex pipe on it and connect it to the stock muffler. Of course she stops now. I was just standing here and she's like sliding all over the floor. Like, you want to see something cool?
What? Do a kickflip on a scooter?
Yeah.
Scooter? No, I can't do that.
To take these off, you tighten them. See how there's an L on there?
Mm-hmm.
That means loser.
Cool.
No, it means left-hand thread. So to loosen them, you tighten them. Because of the way it spins in there, if
But
they
why
were...
would we want to do that? This is junk.
Well, the gear is not. We need to move the gear.
I thought you were
to that
getting a
one.
new one.
I'm not getting a new gear.
Oh.
The gear goes onto that one. Ah. Yeah, so set it up like you're gonna tighten it.
Ah!
We'll hold it, yeah. Right. You already got it out, yeah.
That was easy.
You're getting your pit crew flow on there. I think it's the shirt. You're about to go like, why would you do that?
Because I can't do it to myself.
Yeah, because your shirt's not black.
Yeah.
It's the only non-black shirt that we have ever had.
I can do it to my butt, but I don't want to do that. What are you doing?
I'm going to hammer the bolts to release it from the carrier. Yep.
Are you sure you didn't just fuck this up?
Nope. I did it right. You gotta thread enough in that when you tap on it, you don't hurt the threads. Like you have to, you know, go several turns in so there's threads on there to grab, and you're not just banging the beginning right into the entrance of the thread area. Boom. Now that thing is junk. It's a tight fit. But we may have to put a couple bolts in and slowly tighten them to draw it in. We'll get them all started, and then I'll have to look up the torque spec for them because I don't know. The official torque spec is 65 foot-pounds, but you know, you always gotta go a little bit tighter than that, so I modified it a little bit just for good measure.
Yeah.
These aren't going anywhere. Do a star pattern.
Yeah.
Here, you try it.
Why?
So you can learn how to do it.
Well, which one do I do? I don't know which one to do last.
Do this one. If I already did it, then it will already be there. Watch the meter. The LEDs light up progressively.
Is it ready?
Push on the end, yeah. You better leverage out here, yeah. But that was, yeah.
What?
You go until it gets, like, watch the meter. It gives you a live reading. This one's already torqued, so move to this one.
I thought when it beeped is when you stop. And
No,
then you told me to keep going.
It'll let you keep going tighter than it's supposed to. It's not reading anything right now. See how it's going? Watch it.
What?
When you get close, you slow down, and then you get specific with it. Right there. You just wanted to touch the red. Yeah. So in a question I put up a couple weeks ago, you guys said you would rather see videos that are shorter, uploaded more frequently, as opposed to longer videos spaced out more. So that's what we're doing here. Part 2, the install portion coming up. We actually have to go to Summit, get some parts today. But I wanted to tell you guys, these hats, the OG ones, the one I wear all the time before the Good Wrench one, finally on the website. You can get it at StapletownAutoworks.com. They're flex fit. We have them in small, medium, and large X large. It's the only 2 sizes of flex fits come in. So hop on it, get it while we got them. This is all we got here. Small, medium, LXL. That's it. Same as the ones I wear all the time. And nothing is guaranteed ever. Things are pretty limited runs because, you know, eventually things get boring after a while. So don't count on being around forever.
You need one of these hats. They're really cool. Mitchell wears them all the time. I can't wear them on my head because they're too big, but you need one. You get one of these notes, not specifically this one, but you have the chance to get this one if you order it fast enough. I write a note for every person that buys one, and Mitchell signs it. Buy them at StapletownAutoworks.com.
Boom. They do match the flag shirt, the one I'm wearing right now, and the flag hoodie. This one, same graphic. Hoodies are not being reordered because it's not hoodie season anymore. So if you want one of these style hoodies, you better jump on it because by the time next fall rolls around, there'll be something completely different out. We also got Uncle Rob shirts and the Pit Crew style shirts all the way up to 6XL. So 3X, 4X, 5X, and 6X. You big guys said you wanted those bigger sizes, so we stepped up and got them. And stay tuned for part 2, where we install the Posi unit, check the gear mesh, do the EBC brakes, talk about those, all that stuff. It's all race week prep. because Rocky Mountain Race Week is coming up. Uncle Rob is going, and we got to make sure this thing is ironed out and ready to rock.